High in the heart of the Himalayas lies a country with one of the richest and most mysterious histories in Asia, a land where ancient civilizations flourished, powerful kings fought for dominance, and a small mountain kingdom eventually became the modern nation we know today. This is Nepal, the birthplace of Buddha, home to Mount Everest, and a crossroads of cultures between India and Tibet. But Nepal's story is far more complex than mountains and monasteries. It is a story of ancient dynasties, legendary warriors, political intrigue, revolutions, and transformation. Today we will explore the complete history of Nepal, from its earliest civilizations to the modern republic. The ancient origins of Nepal before 400 CE. Long before modern Nepal existed, the Kathmandu Valley was already a center of civilization. According to ancient legends, the valley was once a giant lake, drained by the mythical figure Manjushri, making the fertile valley suitable for settlement. Early records speak of the Kirat dynasty, one of the earliest known ruling groups in the region. The Kirats were believed to be Himalayan tribes who ruled the Kathmandu Valley for many centuries. Their culture influenced the region's early traditions, religion, and trade networks. Nepal's strategic location between India and Tibet made it an important hub for trade across the Himalayas. This position would shape Nepal's destiny for thousands of years. The Lichavi era, Nepal's golden age, 400 to 750 CE, around the 5th century CE, a powerful dynasty called the Lichavas rose to power. The Lichavas ruled the Kathmandu Valley from roughly 450 to 750 CE, establishing one of Nepal's earliest recorded states. During this period, Nepal developed organized government trade routes expanded across the Himalayas. Art and architecture flourished. Stone inscriptions from the Lichavi period reveal a sophisticated society with strong cultural ties to India and Tibet. Nepal also became an important cultural and intellectual center linking South Asia and Central Asia. Many historians consider the Lichavi era a classical golden age of Nepalese civilization. The Malla dynasty, the age of cities, 1200 to 1768. After centuries of political changes, a new dynasty emerged, the Mallas. From the 12th century to the 18th century, the Malla kings ruled the Kathmandu Valley. This was the period when Nepal's most famous temples and palaces were built. The cities of Kathmandu, Patan, Bhaktapur became major centers of art, trade, and culture. One powerful ruler, King Jayasthiti Malla, introduced Nepal's first comprehensive legal and social codes based on Hindu traditions. However, the Malla kingdom eventually weakened. In the 15th century, King Yaksha Malla divided the valley among his sons, creating 3 competing kingdoms. This division would later make the region vulnerable to conquest, and soon a new power would rise from the hills. The rise of Prithvi Narayan Shah, 1700s. In the mid-18th century, a small hill kingdom called Gorkha began to rise. Its ambitious king, Prithvi Narayan Shah, had a bold vision: to unite the fragmented kingdoms of the Himalayas. In 1743, he began a campaign that would change the future of the region forever. His first major victory came in 1744, when Gorkha forces captured the strategic town of Nuakot, an important trade route to Tibet. After years of warfare, Shah's army advanced toward the wealthy cities of the Kathmandu Valley. In 1768, his forces captured Kathmandu, defeating the Malla king. 1 year later, after the Battle of Bhaktapur in 1769, the entire valley fell under his control. With this victory, modern Nepal was born. The Shah dynasty had unified many Himalayan kingdoms into a single state, expansion and the Gurkha Empire. Following unification, Nepal began expanding rapidly. Gorkhali armies pushed westward and eastward, creating a powerful Himalayan empire. At its peak, Nepal's territory stretched from the Sutlej River in the west to Sikkim in the east. Nepal became known internationally for its fierce warriors, the Gurkhas. However, expansion eventually brought Nepal into conflict with the rising power of the British East India Company. The Anglo-Nepal War, 1814 to 1816, tensions between Nepal and British India led to the Anglo-Nepal War. The conflict lasted from 1814 to 1816. Although Nepal fought fiercely, it ultimately lost the war. The Treaty of Sugauli forced Nepal to surrender large territories to the British. However, Nepal managed to remain independent, unlike many other South Asian states. And the bravery of the Gurkha soldiers impressed the British so much that they began recruiting them into the British Army. This tradition continues even today. The Rana Rule, 1846 to 1951. In 1846, Nepal experienced a dramatic political event known as the Khat Massacre. After this event, a powerful family called the Ranas seized control of the government. For more than 100 years, Nepal was ruled by Rana prime ministers, while the king remained mostly a ceremonial figure. During Rana rule, Nepal remained largely isolated from the outside world. Political freedoms were extremely limited, modernization was slow, but the desire for democracy was growing. The birth of modern Nepal, 1951 to 2000s. In 1951, a revolution ended the Rana regime. Nepal began experimenting with democracy. But the country faced decades of political instability. One of the most shocking moments came in 2001, when a tragic royal palace massacre killed the king and many members of the royal family. Soon after, Nepal was engulfed in a civil war between Maoist rebels and the government. The conflict lasted for 10 years. Nepal becomes a republic, 2008. In 2008, after centuries of monarchy, Nepal made a historic decision. The monarchy was officially abolished. Nepal became a federal democratic republic. For the first time in its history, the country would be governed without a king. From ancient dynasties and Himalayan trade routes to legendary warriors and political revolutions, Nepal's history is a story of resilience and transformation. A small mountain kingdom that survived empires, revolutions, and dramatic change. Today, Nepal stands as a unique nation, rich in culture, history, and identity, and its story is still being written. If you enjoyed learning about the history of Nepal, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know in the comments which country's history you want to explore next. Until next time, stay curious.